Welcome, welcome, crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, October 19th, Sunday, October 20th for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and thanks so much for joining me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. If you're joining me live right now, you may be watching on eTalk Radio, which you can find at etalk.tv/radio. You can also find us live on KPNL Radio, which you can find at kpnlradio at kpnl-db.com. You may also find us live as far as listening over on Spreaker.com under We Are Paradox Media. Right now, we are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch under We Are Paradox Media. If you want to listen in your free time, whether you're working it, or working out, feel free to find us basically wherever you listen to your podcast, and you should be able to find us there. Alrighty, so tonight we're doing Trippy TikToks with me, TessaTNT, and we got some really, really good ones on the line here. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. We got some really good ones. Really, really good ones. And if you guys have any ideas for any TikToks you'd like me to share, or basically any topic you want me to cover, just send it to weareparadoxmedia@gmail.com, and we'll get to that for you. Look at all those TikToks. Alrighty, let's get on over here. We're going to start off with Nephilim.
What's got the giants, the Nephilim, stirred up?
This
Before
is
we
Aunt
delve into
Colette.
that, if you don't know who or what the Nephilim are, I got you. The Nephilim are the unholy offspring between the fallen angels and mortal women. God sent down 200 watchers, angels, to watch over mankind. Not long after their descension onto Mount Hermon, they became enamored, infatuated, obsessed with the beauty of mortal women. Together they swore an oath, and each took one for a wife and laid with them, creating the massive and carnivorous breed of Nephilim, giants, which the Book of Enoch explains some stood 450 feet tall. That's tall. These giants began devouring almost all of man's sustainable natural resources, and when they got bored with that, they began devouring man. And when even that could no longer quench their hunger, they began to turn on one another, eating each other and drinking the blood. God knew if these giants were not stopped, they would be the ultimate demise of mankind as we knew it. Hence, the great Genesis flood. Yep, the Nephilim was one of the largest reasons that God flooded the earth, to rid the world of the Nephilim DNA. But unfortunately, and even according to the Bible, some of these giants survived. And for thousands of years, up until just recently, the Nephilim have been one of the biggest, largest mountains, like legit mountains, safely behind hidden camouflage rock doors in mountain walls, living an entire existence far beyond our understanding, an entire civilization living right beneath our noses. I gotta give it to them. When you're that big, that tall, for you to be able to hide, kudos. It is vital that you understand, though, exactly what we are dealing with when it comes to these giants. The Nephilim, whose fathers were once angels, now condemned by God, and fallen angels, they are demons. And the Nephilim mothers, mere mortal women, were punished by God to live out the rest of eternity, their souls condemned to be the sirens. Also, demonic beings left imprisoned here on earth. So if dad's a demon and mom's a demon, well, guess what? Those massive monster children that they made, the Nephilim, they are demons as well. And as for the souls of the Nephilim who did not make the Genesis flood or have since passed away, the Book of Enoch explains to us just exactly what became of their souls. God condemned the souls of all of the Nephilim, the children of the Watchers and the mortal women, to be here, to remain here on earth.
So, if you're a mortal woman, how are you going to fight against a freaking giant? I mean, I guess you could take your own life. Otherwise, what the heck?
And to roam earth as the evil spirits. And these Nephilim spirits, these passed away giants, who are now doomed to live out as evil spirits here on earth, have been given absolute free reign by God to roam this world, this earth, and wreak absolute destruction chaos and horror amongst man, and evil spirits they shall remain. These massive demonic creatures, the Nephilim, the ones who survived and now live on, once lived amongst men. They even had their own cities. And I'm sure by now, in your lifetime, you have seen at least 1 or 2 pictures of these Nephilim standing next to, or above, towering over man, average, normal man, or groups of men. Many of these photos dating back, way back. And giant structures remain with massive doors, even books that were made by giants, axes, moccasins. The remnants of giants are scattered all across our world. But the elite, the higher up, those in power and politicians have done everything in their power to hide this truth from us. But why? And why is it now the giants are riled up? Now, granted, with cell phones and social media, everyone and their dog has a camera at their disposal at any second, at any given time. And with popular apps such as TikTok,
I don't let my dogs have phones. I don't think they're old enough for that yet.
Within extremely uncomfortable, highly arms folded, and constantly glancing at somebody that was standing outside of the frame with an absolute look of fear. In this video, Andrew said, guys, none of that was real. I did it. It's a hoax. None of this is real. That wasn't a real giant. I'm sorry. I just did it for views. But I am telling you, hands down, you don't even need the discernment of the Holy Spirit to see that that was not what he meant to say. Well, he meant to say it, but that is not what he meant. What? Somebody made him say it. The next day, Andrew uploaded a video where he was outside, panicked, in the dark, from a very weird angle, saying, guys, my videos weren't faked. They were real. I don't know if I'm going to be posting much anymore, but you need to know that video of that giant, it was real. Sadly, and not long after that video, the world learned of the tragic loss of Andrew Dawson, as reports came in that he had unalived himself. Since Andrew's video, we have now seen other giant videos from Mexico, multiple ones in Mexico, and various different locations across the world. Much like the newest one, the latest one, that I want to show you now. A video a young man from Thailand just captured of a giant, a very clear giant, walking on the skyline at the top of a mountain in Thailand. Check it out.
Ning, 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 ning.
อุ้ยสูงเนี่ยแม่นั่นใครเอากล้องลงมาดูใครอุ้ยคือคนเลยคนเลยโอ้ยแม่จริงนะให้ลูกมาเห็นนะให้หน่อย
Everybody screaming at him.
อุ้ยกี่ฟองให้อุ้ยโอ้ขอทายได้
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Unmistakable, undeniable, that, my friends, is a giant, a Nephilim. And he's a big one. So like I said, although internet, social media, and everybody having camera phones does elevate the chances of people capturing footage of these giants as compared to long ago, why is it still, though, it seems to have only been the recent past year that we have been capturing video after video after video after video of these elusive, mysterious, cunning, and well-hidden away giants that have managed to escape and elude mankind for how long? Why are they now popping up and showing their faces? And in broad daylight, for that matter, as well. What has got the giants stirring? A gentleman in Oregon just went viral a couple of months ago. While out hiking, he actually watched a large stone door in the side of a mountain close. He posted a video after of this massive door in Oregon. Immediately, that area, that door was flooded by thousands of eager people, curious and wanting to see for themselves. One man flew a drone and got extremely good footage, while another man was able to rappel down a rope, and there are claims that somebody actually got behind the door. I would not advise that. So why now? Why is it in the past year and a half, giants, up until just recently, were still a myth, a creature that fairy tales are made of, that our parents, and politicians swear aren't even real, and nothing at all to fear? Why are they showing their faces now? Why are they coming up out of the mountains, walking along tall mountain ridgelines, around populated areas, not only risking being exposed and caught, but knowing that they will be as well? Do they know something we don't know? Or do they know something that we know as well? That it is almost go time. That not only will Yeshua HaMashiach be coming back for all of his Christians during the rapture, but it is almost go time for the apocalypse. the war to end all wars. The biggest war in the history of ever, the war between evil and good, is about to take place and about to go down, as we are definitely in the end of days. And these giants, these Nephilim, these demonic creatures, will definitely be playing a very large role in this war, fighting alongside of their fathers against our Father, you know, the one who art in heaven, the same one, spoiler alert, that wins the war. Maybe that is why these giants are making themselves known, risking being exposed and coming out into broad daylight to let everybody know they are ready, that they are here and always have been, and they are unlike anything we had ever seen before in our lives. Something has got the giants stirring, and that something, I believe, is the very real threat. Yeshua is coming back any day. I know it, and you know the giants know it too. What's got the giants, the Nephilim, stirred up? Before we delve into that,
and that's not the only sign. I mean, there's lots of signs going on with that.
I did it. I'm sorry I did it, but welcome to part 2. If you're just now joining me, none of this is going to make sense unless you go and follow and watch part 1. You don't have to follow, just watch part 1. We are talking about the Nephilim, the giants, and why it is that I believe, and many others as well, that the Nephilim, the giants, still do exist today. Go check out part 1. Welcome back. So, in part 1, I explained why the Genesis flood had to occur. God had no other choice and had to rid the world of the Nephilim, the giants, or they would cause the imminent demise of mankind. So he flooded the world. God chose Noah because he was one of the most faithful and righteous of his servants and children, but also because Noah's bloodline was the most free and clear of any Nephilim DNA or blood, with a plan for Noah to repopulate the world, free of any of the Nephilim blood. Before we go any further, you've got to get past one thing. The fact that yes, at one point, and most likely still, the Nephilim, the giants, did exist, and probably still do. In the book of Enoch, it explains that some of these giants stood 450 feet tall. Don't shoot the messenger, I know it. That's tall. Many believe that our large mountains and valleys, a good portion of our earth, and what we see, are actually the bodies of the Nephilim who did not survive. Check out these photos and tell me what you think. That's suspicious. That's really suspicious. That's a whole lot of suspicious. There are multiple islands and mountains that resemble large, giant animals as well. Elephants, bears, even alligators. This is in Scotland. That's weird. But this one, this hands down is by far my favorite. These rocks are absolutely toes of a giant, and you can find this in Colorado. Tell me that those are not toes of a giant.
Where the heck is that? I
but
want to know
those
where
are the
that
ones
is.
that didn't survive. So let's talk about the ones that may have survived. TikToker Andrew Dawson last year in Canada.
I wonder if that's in the Garden of the Gods. I'm going to have to Google it because I want to see. I want to see it.
Shared a video of what looked to be an absolute giant walking on top of a snow-covered mountain in Canada. After sharing this video, things got strange. He went to the mountain the next day to see if he could find anything, when he was met by law enforcement and officials who told him, the road is closed, a public road. The day after that, he got footage of a helicopter extracting something very large from the mountaintop. He also shared a video of a car that was parked in front of his house randomly often. When he went outside, they sped away. He then shared a very strange, ominous video.
So it's weird that this is part 2 because she shared a lot of this in her first video, so I don't know.
Looking at someone or something the entire time, claiming that all of his videos were faked. The next night, there was another video. He looked panicked, he looked scared, and he said, "Guys, my videos aren't fake. You're probably not going to hear from me for a while." A month later, Andrew Dawson was gone. News spread that he had unalived himself. A few months later, another woman shared a video of a giant found in Mexico. I will be sharing a video about Andrew Dawson shortly. Many believe the government worked with these giants. Do you believe the giants are here?
I looked for that giant when I was in Mazatlan because that's where that video was taken. And of course I didn't see a giant. And I got sun poisoning because I got sunburnt to hell. My legs and my feet swelled up. It was scary.
Are here? I did it. I'm sorry I did it, but welcome to...
Yeah, you did.
What this guy had to say about the government hiding Nephilim giants in their military bases.
Greg Renrich, that was one of the things that he told me. He's the one that was talking about seeing the giants in the deep underground military bases. He said that one of the first things that they had to do before he was allowed to go into S4 or S20 or any of the others, they made him sign an affidavit saying You're not allowed to use the name Jesus Christ in these underground facilities, not even if you stub your toe or anything. And he said that he saw 10 to 25 foot tall giants in these underground bases, and said that they were, human scientists and other people working side by side with him. He said that they even came right out and said they were the Nephilim.
Wow.
But yeah, I would bet my house on it. At least some of it is. I mean, I'm sure some of it's like advanced technology that we possess. The U.S. government clearly does possess a lot of technology that is not publicly known about or available, or only in fragments. I mean, that's clearly true. You've done a lot on this. I mean, that's why I first reached out to you, because you did such an amazing segment on that. I was like shocked by it, how great it was. That's why I'm sitting here. So you know all this. And clearly that's part of it, but there are other things that are clearly not, that baffle the U.S. government. Here's what I'm really surprised by, and I've actually stopped gathering string on, as we say in reporting, stopped gathering string in this, gathering information, because I'm satisfied that I know enough, and I don't really want to know that much more. Because what I think I know is, this doesn't help me at all to know that. So that's the conclusion I've reached. I'm usually pretty curious. I've stopped being curious about this because I don't want to know anymore. But
you truly don't want to know anymore about it.
I think I know. I think I know what's up. So I can't prove it, so probably not going to articulate it, but I think I know what's up, yeah. But
can you articulate it?
Well, I think it's a really old story. I think it's a really old story. So that's what I think.
What is it?
Well, one, I'm a Christian, and I am fairly sincere about it. I try to be sincere about it. More sincere than ever, for sure. But one thing that you notice about every world religion I'm familiar with, I'm interested in that topic, there are commonalities between religions. Jesus is unique, and I believe in Jesus. So I don't believe in any kind of pantheology, okay? I don't think they're all equal or anything like that. I think mine is correct. I think that. Sorry. But there are commonalities that are very striking between all world religions I'm aware of and all creation myths. And one of them, and this is of course true for Christianity, very true, is that the belief that supernatural beings take physical form. They all believe that. The Greek myths, Jesus, most famously, but that they take physical form, that they're not just like some ethereal, they're not just shadows floating around, specters, fog, that they're physical. Like they're as real as the arm of your chair.
Say, who's knocking?
And that they reproduce with people. Again, Christianity believes that. Jesus, immaculate conception, spirit reproduces with human woman. That's what the story is. And it's described in Genesis as well, in Genesis 6. But again, it's not just the religion of the ancient Hebrews or the religion of the modern Christians. It's Hinduism as well, and the animist religions, the religions of, to the extent we understand them or know about them, of the American Indians, all the same. So if every culture in the world that we know about, has left any kind of written or physical record, is reaching the same conclusions about something, maybe there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's not so crazy to think that what everyone else has always thought since the beginning of time, which that there is this combination in cases of, human beings and the spiritual realm, whatever that is. I can speak about it with no precision at all because I don't understand the specifics of it, but I know that it has been written about since people have been writing.
And just in case you guys don't know, this is Monopolio 88. And they're interviewing Mr. Tucker Carlson. And it's pretty interesting to see how far he's come since he was fired or quit. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. It could have been a mutual exchange on that, but he really has turned over some leaves, and I think it's due to interviews that he's done that have really basically scared the crap out of him to the point where he's now religious. It's pretty intriguing.
And so it's a little weird to think that in 1945, really the day we dropped that first bomb on Hiroshima, from then until now, it's just a speck of time in the continuum of history. For that one period, we've assumed that's not true, but everyone else has always assumed it is true. I'm kind of going with everyone else on that, just on the odds. Okay. It's a very long-winded way of answering your question, but I think that's kind of what we're looking at. I think there's some evidence that that's real. So, and I don't want to fully articulate it because it sounds like so out of the realm, but it's not out of anyone else's realm. In fact, it was at the very center of everyone else's realm until like just the other day. So I don't think it's a crazy thing to think, and I happen to believe that's true. So whatever, but I can't prove it. So I'm certainly not an evangelist on the subject at all, and I also don't know how that helps anybody to say it. So I've like tried not to talk about it because I don't know it's true, and I don't really know what you do about it if it is.
What was
other
it
than
that
say your prayers?
What was it that
Say your prayers,
what was it that led you to believe
Talking
that?
to a lot of people. I got really interested in it, and since that is my job, that's literally my job, is to call people and see them and have dinner with them and talk to them. I mean, that's what I've done my whole life. So it's like that's just natural for me. It's not a hobby. It's my profession. I hate to use the word reporting because it's been so discredited by the liars. Oh, we've done a lot of reporting. Here at NBC News, we've done a lot of reporting. Fucking liar. You know, you talk to some flack at CIA who told you a bunch of lies, which you're now repeating to me and my kids. So shut up. You've been done any reporting. I hate to use the word reporting, but just like satisfying your curiosity by trying to identify who might know, talking to a bunch of people about it, assessing who's telling the truth. Maybe they're wrong anyway, but you can kind of feel whether someone's telling the truth. And there are ways to know, or to get closer to knowing whether someone's telling the truth. And just talk to a lot of people. And I've done that because I got really interested in it, sort of by accident. I never thought I'd be interested in this at all. And so I talked to a lot of people, and I was really shocked by what credible people told me. They could all be wrong. Of course, I can't prove it.
Yeah. But
I became completely satisfied, I'll say that they were not lying and that they were right or in the vicinity of right. I always assume the details are wrong. I was a police reporter for a while, and you interview someone like a shooting. You've obviously seen shootings, but most people don't see shootings. So you think if you saw a shooting, you'd like remember every detail of the shooting. They get them all wrong. People aren't good at detail. Okay, that's just true. But they are good at themes. They're good at themes. Like, they remember the guy's fat. He may have been 400 pounds. He may have been 280. He was fat. Like, if everyone says the guy was fat, he was fat. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what we do. We can't say that. And so if everybody you talk to is saying, oh, this is really upsetting, I don't know what this means, but here's what I know. Here's what I heard someone say. I was in a meeting, or here's what, what I mean? It was that kind of stuff. And I didn't talk to anybody in the UFO community. I'm not even sure what that is. I know I don't trust I don't trust anybody, actually. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my job to trust people. So it's my job to assess whether what they're saying is right or not. So I talked to people who I thought had firsthand knowledge. And I talked to a number of them. And then I was like, whoa, I'm out. Because I don't need to go farther than that. I mean, I think that the real struggles are unseen. That is absolutely a part of Christian theology. I didn't fully appreciate it at all. It's a part of every theology. In fact, it is theology. That is theology. The belief that the real struggles are in the spiritual realm. That has been a constant belief since the beginning of history, recorded history. Everybody has thought that, except us in the West, since 1945. I can't say that enough. So once you get perspective on this question, you're like, okay, that may sound crazy to someone who thinks buying shit on Amazon is the meaning of life, but to every other person in the world, we may disagree about what the truth is. I'm sure we will, but we will never disagree with the fact that there's a lot of shit going on that we cannot see or measure with our senses. That is absolutely true. And of course, looking back, you have experiences, and we talked about this in great detail at breakfast. You look back and you're like, okay, that's duh. Like, the only surprise is not that it happened, but that it took you, blockhead, so long to see it clearly. And then to admit it. There's like some, can I say one thing and then I'll stop? I cannot keep a straight trajectory with my thinking sometimes. But what I find so striking about the UFOs, this is the main takeaway I have, is like, there's this debate, like, is this stuff, these phenomena, which are clearly, obviously real. I mean, there's no debate about that. There's a lot of shit that people can't explain in the sky and underwater. We know that. Fact. So the debate is this government technology? Is it from outer space, or is it some spiritual realm here? I've already told you my view of it. But what I find so interesting, we know the government's lied about it. They're lying about it now. That's a fact. There's no way around it. They've absolutely lied about it in very elaborate ways. I am really struck. Here's my current thinking on it. The main effort that the U.S. government has put into its disinformation, its lying on this topic, has been not to mislead you on the technology. Like, they're not telling me they don't have anti-gravity technology. It sounds from watching your podcast that they do, which I believe. No problem believing that. Their main interest is in convincing you that the supernatural is not real. And if you watch, and there are people in the media who specialize in spreading these lies on behalf of the government. I'm not going to name anybody, but like some of them work at the New York Times. Once you realize what the point of the exercise is, it's crazy. And I hope you'll assess all the fact-checking and the skepticism on UAPs through this lens. The main thing they want you to believe is the supernatural is not real. Well, then you have to ask yourself, like, why?
That's interesting.
It is so interesting. Why is that important to you? Why do you care if I think the supernatural is real?
Right.
Why is that? First of all, why is it? How dare you, as my government, try to get involved in my spiritual beliefs? That's totally not your area. So get the fuck out of there, okay? A. But B, why has that been so important for 80 years for you to convince me the supernatural is not real? Why? Why is that? And of course, I can't answer the question. But my gut level response is, well, because if it is real, whatever they're telling you is not real. And if they're punishing you for saying something you know for a fact it's not real, you're not allowed to say that. Oh, not because they don't have no problem with me lying, because they lie. They lie for a living. So lying brings no sanction. You can lie all you want. What you can't do is tell the truth. That is a fact. So once you know that, you can sort of reverse engineer their lies and know with some certainty that whatever they're telling you is not true is in fact true. That's exactly the truth. It's exactly the truth. But then you have to ask motive. Like, it's not a profit motive. Like, does it make them rich to deny that there's supernatural forces? No. What is that? And I don't know the answer. But the obvious answer is, well, because they sort of know they're working for supernatural forces, actually. And I think that's probably true. And the U.S. government is millions of people.
Is there a specific reason or a handful of reasons, or is this a hunch that you believe that they're working with the supernatural realm or have a relationship?
Well, I can't prove that. I mean, yeah. I'm suggesting that. I'm not saying it because I can't prove it, but I'm suggesting it. And if you're asking whether I believe it, the answer is yes. But I believe that for two reasons. One, because I've told that directly by a couple of people who I think seem knowledgeable. And I attach some weight to that, though not conclusive weight. I don't know. Right? I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe they're super sophisticated liars. Maybe they're telling me the same lie for some reason. Maybe it's all part of a disinformation campaign. All the geniuses on the internet, the really smart kids seem to think it's, you're falling for the disinformation campaign. Okay. Thanks, son. I know a lot about disinformation campaigns. Okay. But it's like one of my few areas of expertise, having participated in many unknowingly. So either they're totally lying or they're telling the truth. But the other reason that I think that is for the reason just stated, which is that their main goal, when I hear a bunch of lying, I want to recognize that it's lying. It's untrue. Like, I know that's untrue. Then I want to ask, what's the nature of the lie? What exactly are they trying to get me to believe or not believe? That's really important. What is it? Like, what's so important to them that they're going to all this effort, spending all this money, getting all these journalists to repeat, knowingly or not, repeat their lies? Like, why? Why are they doing that? It takes time to do that. It's a big effort to lie. It's much harder to lie than tell the truth. So why bother? And then the third question you have to ask is what is that? What does that mean? And then, of course, I don't know the answers, but it's very suggestive. One thing I do know, and if you look at it, if you look at like the New York Times or Popular Mechanics or any of I say Popular Mechanics, I may be getting that wrong. I think it's Popular Mechanics, but there are a bunch of different stories that have run over time debunking certain claims about UAPs, UFOs. And some of them are quite vehement and sophisticated and mean, too. People who believe in this stuff aren't just wrong, they're crazy. They're conspiracy theorists. They're like pedophiles, kind of, in a way. I mean, that's kind of why would you attack someone for that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, why do you care? Like, I'm not a Buddhist, but I'm not mad at Buddhists.
I'm totally in line with what you're saying, and I mean, we had.
But why are they doing that?
There's just so many signs too. You know, like we talked this morning about my experience about, get slapped in the face by God, basically,
Yes.
right? And ever since then, I take a minute, I step back, and I try to find the symbolism in what I'm seeing at the moment.
Yes.
And I told you I have a lot of, pretty much everybody on my team is extremely well versed in the Bible.
Yeah.
And and they bring me up to speed in a hurry. But I mean, even just,
Those are the wisest people I've discovered.
yeah,
I didn't know that. But yeah.
So everybody heard about the story of the petrified giants inside of the Bible, right? I think I just might have came across something that y'all might find very interesting. So all over the world, people have been finding these strange, mysterious crystals that resemble and look like tissue and muscle.
It makes me wonder, like, how were they petrified? Was it due to, like, the mud flood or whatever before Genesis flood? Like, what caused them to be petrified?
See, as you can see right here, this is the crystal. This is like a steak or something. Another one, This is another one looking like layers of fat, muscle, and tissue. Once again, another one. Y'all can't tell me this doesn't look like muscle and tissue. They even made furniture out of it. And see, now what we was just looking at was a crystal that was called rhodonite, which is a manganese silicate. And see, now the craziest part is you can find manganese inside of the body. Yeah, stored inside of bones and small amounts inside the liver, brain, kidneys, and pancreas. And it also helps the body maintain stable tissue. Don't you guys just find that very interesting? Now, I guess it is more to the mystery about the Nephilim and the giants that we know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the giants and these strange flesh-like crystals found all over the world in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And make sure y'all share this to somebody that does not know. So
Wisdom
everybody
sticks
heard about
last.
The Nephilim, mentioned in the Bible, are shrouded in mystery. Initially referenced in Genesis, they are depicted as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men, possibly implying a union between heavenly beings and humans. Described as heroes of old, men of renown, their true nature remains a topic of debate, with interpretations ranging from giants to powerful warriors. The intrigue deepens in the Book of Numbers, where the Nephilim are mentioned again post-flood, leading to speculation about their survival. This second reference, coming after the Genesis flood narrative, has puzzled scholars and theologians. Were these post-flood Nephilim direct descendants of the pre-flood Nephilim, or was the term used metaphorically? The biblical text is enigmatic, offering no clear answers, thus fueling ongoing debate and fascination with these mysterious figures. The Nephilim, mentioned in the Bible.
For those of you that either believe or don't believe in giants, don't believe in the Smithsonian cover-up, have more questions like you did in that 1.6 million view video we did about the Grand Canyon and how that's important, about how G.E. Kincaid went to the Grand Canyon, came out with artifacts made of precious metals. It was shared in newspapers. The people local saw the artifacts, and then as fast as the Smithsonian heard about that sponsored it, then immediately it's all erased and it wasn't true. Those of you that didn't know why the Chinese have worshipped the Grand Canyon, if that's news to you, remember Human Origins Revealed taught you that. Yes, the Grand Canyon is sacred to the Chinese.
An ancient Chinese account describes the Grand Canyon as the Canyon of Xiang in Almighty God. The account says that the ancients were so impressed by the canyon's beauty that they populated it with the souls of great sages. The account also connects the canyon to Xiaohou, a revered ancestor who is described as a little sun child. Interesting.
For longer than it's been special to us. We want to share more information about how that ties to the Susquehanna, about how Dr. Hay came down the Susquehanna in 1916.
The 1916 Susquehanna River expedition marked the first scientific exploration of the waterways central to the history of North America. It's considered a milestone in the annals of archaeology discovery 100 years later.
And when he asked for money to start the Museum of the American Indian, he asked for $250,000. What he found scared them so bad that they gave him $500,000 to begin the cleanup / cover up. So again, for you folks that believe in giants or don't.
The museum's collections are based on the personal collection of the George Gustav Hay, who founded the Museum of the American Indian in the New York City in 1916. Hay's collection included nearly 1 million objects from native communities in the Western Hemisphere. Ooh, I'd like to see that.
Believe. Come to us for the truth, because you're going to sit on one side of this when we're done. We want to share more with you about how the Grand Canyon ties to all this and what the Smithsonian's role was in between these two very large and special projects that they were involved in early in our history. Again, it's Human Origins Revealed. Please come out and check us out over on TikTok and on YouTube. On YouTube, we will be releasing a lot of scientific information over the next 2 weeks in regards to diagnostic patterns and things like that with the artifacts, so that the academia, so that the universities, museums, and archaeologists can start to dig in on this truth. Remember, you can't find any professional like that or any institution on the internet out there saying Charles is not telling you the truth, like they are Graham Hancock, Joe Rogan, and all these other people, because it's just me telling the truth, and they know if they step out that I'm going to embarrass them and any skeptics that come along. Thank you again for your time. I look forward to seeing you again soon. For those of you that either believe
Human Origins Revealed.
Have you ever heard of the underground Egyptian city in the Grand
This is by Conspiracy Brew.
Canyon? Hidden within its vast expanse lies a secret carefully concealed from the pages of history. This is a tale of mystery, ancient civilizations, and cover-ups. Let's travel back to the early 20th century. An archaeologist named Mr. G.E. Kincaid from the Smithsonian Institution embarked on a journey that would lead him to an astonishing discovery. Setting off from Green River, Utah, Kincaid and his companion embarked on an expedition down the Colorado River, documenting the unexplored terrain. It was on April 5, 1909, that the Arizona Gazette published an extraordinary article that spoke of Kincaid's findings, a lost subterranean Egyptian city buried within the Grand Canyon. Yet, after this revelation, the story vanished into thin air, leaving us to wonder why. For more than 8 years, Kincaid dedicated his life to investigating this hidden city. The Smithsonian supported his quest, and he meticulously pieced together information that challenged conventional history. He described finding several passages branching out across these caves, leading to hundreds of chambers deep within the earth. These chambers held astonishing artifacts, including objects as hard as steel and tools that showcased a level of craftsmanship unparalleled by the era's standards. Kincaid's findings hinted at a civilization of Oriental origin, raising questions about a possible connection between Asia and the Grand Canyon. The mystery deepened as hieroglyphic tablets were discovered, suggesting ties to Egypt and the American Southwest. The Smithsonian's efforts led to extensive research, revealing vast chambers adorned with intricate artwork and even mummies preserved for centuries. However, this research was swiftly terminated, as access to this underground marvel was on government land. It's possible that the government preferred to keep this information from the public, altering our understanding of history. Today, we stand at a crossroads of history and mystery, leaving us to wonder about the significance of this subterranean civilization and its potential connection to Egypt and Asia. Have you ever heard of the
Smiths? It's funny because when I first heard about it, it was more of an Asian sort of origin. So there was talk of like a lotus flower and a statue that was in the Nirvana sort of pose. But then, like you said, the deeper you get, you find all these hieroglyphs and mummies, etc., etc. Like, it's obviously Egyptian. And a lot of people believe that America was the original Egypt.
Smithsonian Museum is covering up evidence that ancient Egyptians ventured to the Grand Canyon in North America, leaving behind hieroglyphs and mummies that have remained hidden for thousands of years. This conspiracy theory dates back to 1909, when the Arizona Gazette published stories about an explorer named G.E. Kincaid and his journey down the Colorado River. The paper reported that Kincaid discovered a cave entrance about 2,000 feet above the riverbed and decided to explore it. When I saw the chisel marks on the wall inside the entrance, I became interested, securing my gun, and went in. Kincaid reportedly told the paper. During that trip, I went back several hundred feet along the main passage till I came to the crypt in which I discovered the mummies. Kincaid described the crypt as one of the largest chambers, with walls slanting back at about a 35-degree angle. The mummies were arranged on hewn shelves, each with a small bench at its head, where copper cups and broken swords were found. Some of the mummies are covered with clay, and all are wrapped in a bark fabric, Kincaid said. He noted that all the mummies examined so far were male, leading to the belief that this section was a warrior's barracks. According to the report, Kincaid took numerous relics and shipped them to Washington. He also discovered large rooms chiseled out of the rock further inside the cave. Over 100 feet from the entrance is the cross hall, several hundred feet long, in which are found the idol, or image, of the people's god, sitting cross-legged, with a lotus flower or lily in each hand. The cast of the face is oriental, and the carving in this cavern, Kincaid reportedly said. The idol almost resembles Buddha, though the scientists are not certain as to what religious worship it represents. Considering everything found thus far, it is possible that this worship most resembles the ancient people of Tibet. The report claimed Kincaid found numerous other artifacts, including vases, urns, and copper and gold cups, which the Smithsonian was investigating. Most intriguing of all were the hieroglyphics. On all the urns, walls over doorways, and tablets of stone found by the image are mysterious hieroglyphics, the key to which the Smithsonian Institute hopes yet to discover. The engraving on the tables likely has something to do with the religion of the people. Similar hieroglyphics have been found in southern Arizona. Among the pictorial writings, only 2 animals are found. One is of prehistoric type, the report stated. Despite the extraordinary nature of these claims, the Smithsonian denies any involvement in such a discovery and asserts there are no records of Kincaid's existence. Skeptics argue that the tale was likely a hoax, similar to an 1878 story by noted hoaxer Joseph Mulhattan, who claimed Egyptian mummies were found in a Kentucky cave.
How do you disprove that? Because we all know the Smithsonians who owned the Smithsonian Museum have paid for and covered up so many different things, just like the Vatican. Makes me wonder if they're connected. I don't know, but why hide giants and other relics from us? We need to know our history, therefore we don't repeat it.
So there was...
Guys, what is going on with this? So we have an Egyptian pharaoh and pyramid, and then we have the Grand Canyon. And I want you to see
the legs. What?
See what I'm seeing. Take a look so you can understand the internet's newest conspiracy theory. So I'm going to try to explain to you why people think this is legit. And it all starts from an article back in 1909 where an archaeologist found a hidden city and a ton of Egyptian artifacts here in the Grand Canyon. So some people thought that was a hoax, but then the hieroglyphics are actually pretty similar between.
And they won't let you in there. They even have people that are armed, that are guarding, so you can't go in there.
The two, Native American and Egyptian, like some of the characters were exactly the same. And some people just don't believe that the Grand Canyon could just appear naturally, that man had to be involved to create something so majestic. There's apparently a whole group of people that believe the U.S. government is hiding a whole lot of stuff in the Grand Canyon from us. Supposedly they're hiding evidence and artifacts and a whole ancient civilization, and that our government doesn't want to open any of these mummy shells because they don't want us to be a cursed region. I don't know. Do y'all think it's an Egyptian shrine? You tell me what you think, because my theory, I think someone in an MLM came up with this because it looks like another pyramid scheme. Guys.
So there was this dude named George Keller. He lived in Manti, Utah. And he discovered this cave in his ranch where there was a bunch of arrowheads or whatever. Anyways, kind of like to trim down the story, This is called John Brewer's Cave, which is in Manti, Utah. And of course, this guy claimed to find all different kinds of Nephilim artifacts. Whether it's plates made out of different kinds of metals, from gold to lead, to different types of weapons, and of course, 9-foot-tall mummies. Take a gander.
Gail, this is Terry Carter calling. How you doing, Terry? Hey, I got a couple more questions I want to ask you about John Brewer. Okay. If you got a minute.
Sure.
I was wondering if he ever told you about the inside of his cave, the East Cave, the one with the mummies in it.
Yeah.
And just what he described to you and what he told you about it and how he found it and just the whole story of what it looked like and how he hit it up.
And story, you got time?
Sure.
Well, there was a woman, or a girl from Manti that graduated from high school, and she didn't want to stick around Manti anymore, so she took a job in San Francisco, and she was raped, and she got pregnant, and she came back to Manti, and she had the baby. She didn't want to keep the baby, so she gave it to a family at a ranch outside of Manti somewhere, and they raised the kid. He was half white, half black, and the people didn't accept him very well. The kids kind of picked on him, so he ran around with the Indians.
Okay.
And
that was George Keller.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the George Keller Ranch that he was at.
Okay.
And anyway, Johnny was making pictures out of arrowheads, you know, Indian chiefs and stuff like that.
Oh,
To display them at the fair, and the fair was coming up, and he needed more arrowheads, so he started asking around if anybody knew where there were arrowheads, and somebody said, well, George Keller knows where there's a lot of arrowheads. They said, where can I find him? And they said he usually hangs out at the bar down here. So I went down there and he found him and asked if he could show him where there's arrowheads. And he says, I will for a jug of wine. So he gave him a jug of wine. He told him where to go, and he went up there and couldn't find any. So he came back down and he said, will you take me there and show me where these are? And he says, I will for another jug of wine. So I bought it to him and took him up there, and it was under an overhang of rocks. And he says, no, don't just pick up the ones on the surface, dig down, because this area for making arrowheads for many, many years. And he dug down a couple of feet in there, and he broke into a chamber. And the story that he told me is that there was steps going down, and at the bottom of the steps was a hole, a deep hole, big enough for a guy to fall into. He says he tossed a rock down in there, and it went down a long ways before it hit. Anyway, he says that I asked him if the hole was man-made or if it was natural. He says, oh, he didn't know. But he said on the left, the bottom of the stairs was a kind of a desk or a table, and he thought that was used for inscribing record plates on. On the other side of that...
Was it made out of stone or the table?
I don't know. He didn't say.
Okay.
But he said on the other side of the table was a very large stone crypt. And he says that it was huge. And he says that against the far wall, going the other direction, was another large stone crypt. He says on the right-hand side, there was a bunch of shells cut into the side of the hill, and there was a bunch of bundles on them. And he said that he came back with pry bars and wedges and stuff, and was able to raise one of those lids up far enough that he could shine a light in there. And there was a mummy, a well-preserved mummy in there, a giant guy with red hair, in full armor, a big sword in there. And the other one, he said, had a blonde-haired woman in it. She was also large, but not as big as him. She was also in armor. And on the other side, he said he didn't know what was in those bundles until he opened one up. He says there were cement box that was wrapped in juniper bark and covered with pitch, and those were the ones that had the records in.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, well, what was straight back? You told me what was on the left and what was on the right, but what was straight back? And he said, well, I don't know. It was just a lot of dirt back there, but he says he did kick, stumble on something, and it was some tablets there that was underneath all of.
Okay, so this was posted by Twin Christ 78. Pretty intriguing. I want to get a hold of this Terry Carter, treasure hunter guy, if he's still alive, and see what he's got to say. He's got a lot of interesting things, interesting stories.
This one really isn't my story, but we'll talk about it briefly. Anybody in here know what that is? Okay, so we got at least one person in here that knows what it is. Let me show you another picture, close-up of it. Okay, that, we'll go back to the first one here. Summer before last. Private property, central Utah. 2 men entered a cave on private property down there. There was 2 unusual stones inside the cave. One of the stones gave off light. They didn't dare touch it. They left it where it was. This is the other stone which they took out, which I've been able to handle and so forth. They've done electron microscope, a lot of electron microscope photographs, and they've taken little flakes of the different colors off to run testing on them to see if it's a fraud or if it's real, to see what the pigments are made up of. It's got human urine, it's got human blood, it's got all kinds of different things in these pigments. It is authentic back to 1600 BC, found in central Utah. They're trying to do some more work with the cave right now to determine if there's other antiquities and so forth in the cave. There's lots of really cool stuff that happens in Utah, and obviously not hardly anybody hears about it. You haven't seen it in the book. I don't know if you ever will. How
big is that canvas?
That's about the size of an ostrich egg on a rock. Just a stone, like a river stone. And this doesn't give it justice when you can see it good. And I've got some better pictures if all my machinery hadn't given me so much grief and I lost my presentations. I've got pictures of the back and that, which is just a regular river rock and that. But this thing is about the quality of something you'd expect to see in the Louvre or something like that, just painted on a river rock. Very interesting piece of antiquity. I can't tell you those kind of things on any of this stuff. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know who owns it. I know who had access to it when I saw it, but I can't even give you that information. That's not for me to give.
I'd heard that there was some Egyptian artifacts found. A guy contacted me. They found a necklace that looked like it was an Egyptian necklace, and they found it out near the Gila River. They was out cross country and on their motorbike, and they was near the river, and they was spinning donuts, and one of them flipped this necklace up out of it. You know, there's no towns or anything nearby anywhere there. So I wanted to talk to this guy and see if he knew if there was any Egyptian artifacts found, because I'm tracking down the Egyptians in the Grand Canyon, because there's been Egyptian artifacts found all over the place. There's been Egyptian artifacts found. And so I want to know from this guy if he'd heard any of the Egyptian things found. He says, well, there's this one guy, he found a cave, and it's either got Egyptian artifact or Oriental artifacts in it. I know the area. I don't know exactly where the caves is, but I know the area. Let's go. So we go out there, and as we're driving out there, he says, oh, stop, right there.
This is by the Big 423. I think it might be a podcast, but this is their TikTok channel.
Wow. Ain't no way this guy was dead, you know? So I'm thinking he's wrong. I'm thinking he thinks he's dead, but he's really not dead. So I ended up over at the God, I can't think of the name of it. It's the Goldfield Ghost Town. And one of the owners of it, Bob Schust. I'm talking with Bob Schust. I said, Bob, do you know, because I didn't know this guy's name until then, you know, this Salvador, he's telling me, yeah, his name's Jim Hatt. He's been dead for 10 years. So I thought, wow, that, you know, he's got to be wrong. He just thinks he's dead because he ain't seen him for a while, but he ain't dead because I talked to him. Yeah. So I go to Bob's shoes. Bob, you know Jim Hatt? He says, oh, yeah, Terry, you'd have liked him. Well, this guy tells me that. I told him I'm working at a power plant in Wyoming, and he tells me, oh, yeah, I worked on that one you're at and all these other ones, you know. And so I says, yeah, I met him, Bob, about 4 months ago. And Bob looks at me funny. He says, you couldn't have. He's been dead for 8 to 10 years.
Creepy.
Hey, this is Terry Carter, the treasure hunter. You're listening to Prometheus Lens Podcast.
The Mohen.
Okay. So we're going to let that lay there until we get back from our music break. And on this music break, we have Mr. Jeff Hilliard from Los Angeles, California with Finger Bang Your Day, Consensual Sex Again, Multitude, Silicone Wave, and Cock That Heals. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
When your life is a never-ending train wreck and you feel like you're drowning in a sea of regret, with a bit of oppression pressing down on your neck, it hurts so bad. When your overwhelming hatred kills your heart's desire and reality starts looking like a dumpster fire, you start bitching to me, but you're preaching to the choir. You don't need to be so mad, 'cause sometimes we hurt, sometimes we cry, sometimes we're sure there's no reason to try. When the whole world goes completely insane, open your heart, stand up and sing. I'm gonna finger bang my day. Yeah, yeah, I'll finger bang my day. That's right. You gotta make the choice to give it all you've got and make your day long with pleasure, really make it hot, because your day deserves a lover that pulls out the stops. Come on, it's not so hard, 'cause sometimes we hurt, sometimes we cry, sometimes we're sure there's no reason to try. When the whole world blows up in our face, what else could we do but stand up and sing? I'm gonna finger bang my day. Yeah, yeah, finger bang my day.
Hey, what are we really doing? We can't live in a world that has this much hate. We have to get honest with ourselves. We have to take stock in what our part is in all of this madness. We have to let go. And we focus on giving love, setting that intention. And each and every single one of us gets up every day with the intention to give love. And we do it. We go out there and we give love every single day. Each one of us gets out there and makes love to our day. Giving our day a multiple orgasm. The whole world will be orgasmic for the rest of eternity.
Sometimes we hurt, sometimes we cry, sometimes we're sure there's no reason to try. When the whole world is fucking insane, we open our hearts, stand up and sing. I'm gonna finger bang my day.
go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Just get in the van.
I got Mola moves, got that Mola too. You think it's wrong? I could've had too long. Fuck that. Check these Mola moves. You need a Mola too. I can do no wrong. Back of the head long, never gonna cut it.
All these hookers sweet on me. Look at them chasing me, showing me that ass. And I bang up the snatch. I do this shit for free. Go down your mom till 3. She's taking selfies with the mullet like it's history. How can I maneuver you with that pussy, dude? You sit like Buddha waiting on it to come to you. My lines are straight to the point. She shows me gratitude. So what's your latitude? Let's adjust your attitude. Alligator, double dually Lamborghini. All up in a silly little yellow polka dot bikini.
I got Mola moves, I got that Mola too. You think it's wrong? Back of the head too long. Fuck that.
Alligator, double dually Lamborghini. All up in a silly little yellow polka dot bikini.
Check these Mola moves. You need a Mola too. I can do no wrong. Back of the head long, never gonna cut it.
Alligator, double dually Lamborghini. All up in a silly little yellow polka dot bikini. You're like the butt of a butter knife cutting up panini. So climb back in your kangaroo pouch like a rolling genie. These moves are hot, these locks I got. This power cannot be disputed and it can't be bought. So you can find me in the studio with all these thoughts. You wanna buy my style, but you can't be what you're not, neighbor.
I got Mola moves, I got that Mola too. You think it's wrong? Back of the head too long. Fuck that. Check these Mola moves. You need a Mola too. I can do no wrong. Back of the head long, never gonna cut it.
Got that motherfucking Mola. You wanna touch it?
Yeah. Next time you come around here with your bitch ass, just remember how my mullet makes your hose pussy drip, drip, drip.
I got Mola moves, I got that Mola too. You think it's wrong? Back of the head too long. Fuck that. Check these Mola moves. You need a Mola too. I can do no wrong. Back of the head long, never gonna cut it. I got Mola moves, I got that Mola too. You think it's wrong? Back of the head too long. Fuck that. Check these Mola moves. You need a Mola too. I can do no wrong. Back of the head long, never gonna cut it. Never gonna cut it. Never gonna cut it. Mola moves.
Just a Mola, bitch.
Mola moves. Mola moves. Never gonna cut it.
I just got a package. I can't wait to get home. I spent all day tracking the shipment on my phone. All that she was lacking, I ordered custom. I can't wait to get some. Take it to the bedroom. Bitches always nagging. Now I got the air. I send the bitches packing. Going my way. I have a new attraction. Don't care what you say. It's better in every way. Now baby, it's time to play. We're gonna make us a tape and show everyone the way. Cause I'm going. Cause I'm She's the new real talk, and it's time to
my dreams.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Fais-moi l'amour.
Je suis amoureux.
Je pense toujours à lui.
Enchanté.
Tu es charmant.
Ma chérie. Ma
Tu es
flatteuse nasty. Is a touchy of nipple.
Tu es chaud. Fais-moi
Like living on a super yacht, making love to a robot. It's like owning a football team, but having sex with a robot. It's like winning an Oscar and Emmy or Grammy when you're fucking a robot. It's like saving a family with a newborn from a fire, but you're fucking a robot.
desperate and pathetic. Nothing but a coward. You're a fool with nothing to offer. No one will ever believe you. They see you for what you are. You're just a fraud, a shell of a person. And now the murderous spirit of hatred and demon that loves you. Let us leave you to the depths of hate. I am the Thomas-Peterson.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we're doing Trippy TikToks with me, TessaTNT. I think we kind of broke up there, so Trippy TikToks with me, TessaTNT, and it's been pretty good so far. We've been getting into the Nephilim and giants, and yeah, it's been pretty intriguing, pretty interesting indeed. Let me just check all my sounds really quick. Don't want to leave anybody out. Looks like we're doing good. Looks like we're bouncing. Yep, we're bouncing. We're good. All right, let's get back over here then. So this is by Ninjas Are Butterflies. I love these guys. I love their energy. Also, I believe that the name of their podcast is Sunday Cool Teas. But Ninjas Are Butterflies is what I know them as, and that's what it's showing right here. So I do not know if it's the same thing, but yeah, make sure you check them out. Subscribe, and they do have a podcast, like where it's not just clips, it's a whole show, and they're pretty funny.
Mohenjo-Daro. It was this ancient city that was discovered. It was so technologically advanced, and yet it's written nowhere. Like, this city was huge. No one really knows what happened to it. They found a bunch of skeletons that looked like they just died instantly.
Oh, gosh.
When they tested the soil around this city, high levels of radiation,
Oh,
the
gosh.
sand had turned to glass. Everything that would indicate that there was a nuclear
Come on. Hello?
bomb at one point. What's fascinating, that ancient story of those in India that were fighting, they had like the flying ships and they had these weapons that sounded a lot like nuclear bombs and stuff, right? Well, the name of that weapon is called Brahmastra bomb. It's a supernatural weapon that is one of the most destructive, powerful, and irresistible weapons mentioned in Hinduism. The description of it is every bit of a nuclear bomb.
Wow.
Remember when Oppenheimer said, "Now I become death, destroyer of worlds"? That's from the Hindu scripture.
Wow.
And so it makes you wonder if this ancient technology that was presented by the fallen angels, could it have been a nuclear weapon?
Kind of sounds like it.
Do you guys want to hear this story about the first serial killer? Joan of Arc's right-hand man, Gilles. He was obsessed with throwing parties and plays. So he befriended a bunch of dudes that were into witchcraft, alchemy, talking to the dead. All these people, he said, like, how do I become more rich? The story goes, they summoned the devil to sign a contract that he would have all the riches in the world. This started his journey.
No.
They know of, for a fact, 80 to 200 people that he sacrificed, ranging from...
Never make a deal with that guy. It never turns out the way you think. Not good. And it can follow your family for quite some time.
From the ages of 8 years old to 20 years old.
Those children.
Back in the day, people would send their children to work for these giant estates, and apparently he had a dungeon and would do all kinds of terrible things. After some time, he admitted that he had all these people. But what's so crazy to me is, like, you hear the conspiracy theories about the castle of witches or whatever,
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
what I
the
was thinking
Illuminati.
about, yeah.
It seems like evil doesn't change, and it's always asked for something specific, and a lot of times it's child sacrifice. You go even back to like the time of King Solomon and the god Molech. It was a child sacrifice god. You guys
Did you guys hear the astronauts were hearing a weird sound in space?
Yeah.
Ninjas Are Butterflies. I don't know if I've played this one before. I know I've seen it before, but this is trippy.
I have it right here.
NASA came out and said it's something that's not out of the normal. But it's like, then how do the astronauts consider it to be abnormal then?
Yeah, they wouldn't have commented on it.
All right, listen to this, Lil.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker. I don't know what's making it.
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute and I'll call you back. Copy.
It's like, I need to know right now.
Yep. Oh my! And let you know what we find.
Dude, I was so in my head thinking about something, and you literally scared the crap out of me, bro.
You about hit your head on the ceiling. You jumped so... You go, whoa!
Dude, R.I.P. to James Earl Jones.
You guys...
Oh, yes. That would be Darth Vader. Can't believe that guy's gone. He's been like Simba's dad and the dad on Coming to America, and he's had so many different roles. I really like that guy. Doesn't this guy at the bottom kind of look like Alex Trebek for a second? Pretty sure he won't hear in a little bit, but kind of does right now.
Hear that NATO wants Canada to prepare for war?
Why do they need to prepare for war?
They just said the odds of Canada going to war with a foreign adversary,
Russia
or China, is a 50-50 odds.
Are you sure we have to?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, that sounds like a big job.
That doesn't sound very fun at all. We have to shoot guns and whatnot? I don't know about that.
We don't even have guns.
Can we just pour
We're not allowed to have guns here.
We just pour syrup on top of them, make them all sticky and such?
You Canadians get it.
Yeah, come on, Canadians.
I'm a little upset.
Remember we were talking about the...
Oh man, this one is sad. And yeah, I heard about this before they even said it. Like there was talks in North Carolina, trying to get bought out, everything. They would not sell their properties, of course, probably generational properties, etc. And of course, this natural disaster just happens and wipes out everyone in that area where there's never floods or hurricanes. Like, what is happening?
Conspiracy around the hurricane stuff?
Yep.
Literally after we stopped filming it, I saw like 10 or so posts talking about this area in North Carolina that is one of the world's largest deposits of lithium.
Oh gosh.
And it's in a residential zone.
Yeah, you can't mine it.
And they've gone to these people supposedly and said, we'd like to purchase your land. And they all refused.
Are you kidding me?
And now that exact same spot is
wiped out.
This is Maui all over again.
It's lithium rich in this area that was wiped out.
And so now we have to keep an eye on that area because what the flip are they going to do there, dude?
But yeah, people won't be able to afford to rebuild, so if someone can come in and cover.
Because nobody had flood insurance. Why would they? They've never needed it. I don't even have flood insurance. I don't need it, but it kind of makes me think I do. See, I'm probably half a mile to the river. But you never know. And I'm kind of up a hill too, but so are a lot of these people. They were told there's going to be floods. They went to the mountains and it hit the mountains hardcore.
Or like the remaining mortgage families will go somewhere else and start over, leaving the land behind.
Remember?
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run away.
It's bad stuff, baby.
Scene. Okay, there's this clip of the Falcon 9 in space.
Let me make sure I unlock that.
Psycho killer.
Scene. Okay, there's this clip of the Falcon 9 in space, and it was a live stream, right? And so it's showing the outside of the ship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Someone spotted a mouse on the outside of the...
I'm telling you, these freaking things can survive anything. I'm the best mouse catcher I know, and I have like 4 cats. Come on. Do your job. I even have a cat that catches mice and brings it in. No, catch the mice here and take them out. Like, take them out.
Thing. You can see it on video. You can see it crawl.
In space?
That's what people are freaking out about, man. People are like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Is this true? Is this a live stream from actual space? Or is this some type of studio stuff and they just...
Orbit. Again, if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until 8 minutes and 44 seconds.
From entry burn.
Where is it?
Meanwhile, that
Take
second
this out.
stage continuing to power Dragon into orbit.
Oh my
Again, if you're
gosh.
keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until 8 minutes and...
Scene. Okay, there's this clip.
That is freaky.
The weatherman is like showing
Just
the
the
radar
butterflies.
like this big like storm formation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, just so you
Just
know,
a
this isn't
servant
a storm.
in Christ.
This is just military
Sure this.
exercise. Popping up on the radar, looking like a storm.
Yeah.
Did it again, but they were
Chemtrails.
basically like, this is not a weather formation. This is the
Geoengineering.
military dropping chaff, shreds of aluminum, fiberglass, and plastic
Why?
used by the military to trick radars.
What?
So it's
Oh.
basically a blanketing system
Yeah.
to where the radars cannot penetrate through it. And they've been doing that all over the U.S.
So not only are we tricking the radars, but we're killing our people. Slowly but surely.
It's just particles in the air.
Wait, but that's poison. Is that raining down on us?
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that I showed you, this chick is talking about like snow is now toxic. She takes a cup, scoops it up, melts it down, and then takes a magnet on the side, and it's not dirt in the snow. It's literally pulling to the magnet all the debris from the
Ugh.
snow.
Disgusting.
Should we block out the sun? Geoengineering is manhandling a planet's climate, like terraforming Mars or sulfate aerosols. It's artificially altering a planet's climate. Switzerland has requested that the UN create an expert group to analyze the data on geoengineering. But there's been a lot of pushback for any idea. A few years ago, MIT proposed a non-invasive method, a kind of solar engineering from space. They were called space bubbles, and the idea was that a thin film of inflatable silicon bubbles, stretched out to the size of Brazil, would be sent to space to partially block the sun. It would be positioned at L1, one of the Lagrange points where the gravitational pull between the Earth and the sun essentially balances out. So the bubbles could, for the most part, just float there. MIT calculated that the bubbles would only have to deflect about 1.8% of the solar radiation. So that's 1.8% of more shade to reverse climate change. This is a sail that we could just remove if it wasn't working. Geoengineering is extremely controversial, even the space methods, because obviously messing with a planet could have unforeseen consequences. We can barely predict the weather 5 days out. Even MIT admits this is a last resort. Should we block out the sun?
It's so bad. And it's like, do they not know how insulation works? So you're using aluminum, diamond dust, all these different things. I'm not afraid of diamond dust, but aluminum and the other things they're using in there. To keep the sun out, to keep the oceans from heating up, but it's actually causing it to heat up more. And they've been doing this since, I believe, the 1950s, believe it or not. I'd have to go back and look at that, but that's the last I saw, I believe, was the 1950s, and I was blown away that they started that early.
All right, so I'm back out here again today, looking up at the sun again. What do we see? What is it showing you right here? Again, these two beams coming out. This is...
Okay, so that could be just a, flare from the lens. I don't know. Can he see that with his naked eye?
Too consistent over several days. Yeah, for it to just be normal. This ain't normal. Let's see what we see when I zoom in today.
We're gonna stare at the sun.
Oh, it looks like there's a bit of a blue orb next to the sun today. See that?
It's right there too. That's a lens flare.
Now, as I zoom in, I want you to look at all
that
of
one doesn't move, so
little blobs of light.
These
that
two
keep
are
on
lens
floating
flares, but
by.
what about that
Is
one?
this a swarm of UFOs? That's what I want to know. So I'm just going to film as I walk, just to show you that these beams don't move. Whatever you want to call them, these beams that are coming out of the side of the sun, they don't move. So they're part of this new sun. Now, if you can explain that, how come they're there as I'm walking? This isn't a sun. This isn't like a lens flare. This is not a lens flare.
You son of a gun.
This is something that's up there, coming out of the sun, or this supposed sun. There's all this talk of a sun simulator, fake sun, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever the fuck it is, I'm just saying. Look at that. Look at what the sun looks like.
So I was seeing earlier, there's like these weird like flare thingies.
Those beams coming out the side of it. Yeah, just look at them fucking beams, man.
Beams.
There's something not right about this situation here. If you can't see it, I can't do nothing but show you what I see. It's up to you to decide what you think it is. But I'm just saying, I never seen the sun beam out like that on both sides. How about you? Is that something that you've seen before? Do you think that's fucking normal?
Yeah,
I don't think it's normal. That's why I'm making the goddamn videos. And that shit ain't normal to me.
Hey, zoom in. Let's see the little particle thing.
So I'm walking over here again. I'm walking down the street, pointing the camera out,
here.
and those beams don't move. Now, if it was a lens flare, you'd expect those things to move. You see a little bopping around, little bright little dot that keeps popping around? That's a lens flare. That's from me walking.
Yeah.
You see that light that's moving? That's from me walking.
I'm glad you know that.
The rest of that shit is coming off of this fucking sun. This fake fucking sun. Now watch as I'm going to try to zoom in on it in a minute. And you see what I'm talking about. This shit don't look right. Yeah? See the bopping around light at the bottom? That's the lens flare. Those beams coming out the side, that's from this fake sun.
See him flying around?
Now look at it. Just look at this
fucking thing. What the fuck is that? Is that like
big beam that
space
comes
garbage?
out, just as strong as the sun.
UFOs. What the fuck is
So
it?
what's happening here? What's making that happen?
What is that? What is that?
Okay, so I'm in a different position now.
Okay.
And let's see what it looks like when we zoom in. Look at this shit, man. Come on, let's zoom it out. Let's see what happens when we zoom in. It's still there. See, my camera, my phone has 3 cameras on it. You see how they switch? But those beams stay there. As I zoom in.
See the stuff flying? Isn't that weird? Wow.
See the bottom little blue thing that keeps forming? That's a lens flare.
Is that dust? Is that UFOs?
Seems to be like particles coming out of the thing.
Yeah, I think it's like dust. It could be space junk. I don't know. But I think it's dust.
That little blue thing there, that blue circle, I can see it. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
And let's have a look at this beam.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Look behind you. Insane. Whoa, did you see that just shoot across? Did anyone else see that?
Let's see it like right in here, I think. Oh, there it goes. That's a seagull. That's one fast seagull.
Look behind you.
Crazy.
Telescope captures UFO bigger than Earth passing through sun.
Boink. This was in 2022. 2 UFOs.
The UFOs that appear in the Earth's atmosphere are all small, while the larger ones are outside the Earth. Earth is too small for their mothership.
Having fun flying through the sun. Okay, so this one is by the Theasun? I don't know. THEUSSUN. But this is in Taiwan. What? Looks like it could be a balloon, but they're saying that there's light that comes off of it. Yeah, see it? Ramp, like it's scanning or something. Could be a glare from the sun. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's light. I think that's a glare from the sun. It could be a freaking balloon. The U.S. Sun. That's what it was, the U.S. Sun. So this one is by AJS UFO Files. Well, let me go back really quick. Okay. So making sure I'm unhearting it because I don't want to watch this again. Images from NASA shows an object 100 times larger than the Earth coming out of the sun. Look at that thing. Oh. I've seen a spaceship just like this with my girl Mia. So is that its trajectory or is that just one size of UFO as Earth? So yeah, that must be the trail. How they sent probes to sunspots to study the behavior of our nearest star. But UFOs are so weird. What they discovered surprised the scientific community, which until that time believed that the sun was a giant generator of nuclear fusion. Instead, it was confirmed that it was electrical in nature, whose plasma bursts acted as interdimensional portals that allowed extraterrestrial civilizations to enter and leave our solar system. As interdimensional portals, no doubt it is one of those revealed stories that gives us to think and could also show how NASA deceives us. Dirty NASA. True, like even with Mars and different things like that, like they have people that work for NASA that touch up the photos because they don't want you to see certain things because they've been lying to us for so long, and they're like, Hey, Harry, you think you could touch up those photos we got earlier? He's like, yeah, I'm on it. Hey, could you bring me a coffee? But thanks to technology, we already have the tools to question their claims. Damn you, NASA. And also, did you know that NASA originated in the ocean and they found something super fucking scary, so now they're exploring space? We gotta get out of here. Who knows what the hell's down there? This has been the case of video that has recently published on the internet that was provoked all kinds of reactions in the conspiracy community. The images show a huge object, possibly 100 times the size of the Earth, coming out of the sun. Our Earth. I was about to say, do you guys know how many Earths it takes to make up the sun? I do not know. I've heard somebody say it earlier, but I have all the timers, so. Is our sun a Stargate? I don't think it's a Stargate, but I think that I have witnessed different craft feeding off of it, like the, what do you call it? Solar energy or whatever. There's something. Could be nuclear, could be solar, some sort of energy. I think it's nuclear or thermal. Anywho, they feed off of it. I show how the sun comes from what appears to be a huge object, which shows how from the sun comes what appears to be a huge object. Yes. Bizarre. Why? Quite possibly 100 times the size of Earth. I'll show you. What is that outside? What is... Oh, I see those. So, heliospheric data financed by the European Space Agency, ESA, and the National Administration of Aeronautics and Space, NASA. Look at that. Wow. That's a lot of things flying off there. UFOs follow for teleportation. The strange object that can be seen in the video has the shape of a butterfly and can be seen coming out of the sun's core. UFO before the sun. Normal UFO. It should be noted that the gravitational attraction in the core of our nearest star produces enormous pressure and high temperatures that can reach up to 15 million degrees Celsius. Wow. So what is this? UFOs enter and exit to teleport to other universe. So there's here it is. What is this thing right here? This thing has been sitting here for fucking ever. What is it? But I don't know what this is. Weird. So the conspiracy theorists believe that the unidentified space object flying in the shape of a butterfly could really be something made with extraterrestrial technology. UFO lasers is straight. Perhaps a mothership? That is why it managed to get out of the sun without any damage, apparently. The one, I have a video of it later that actually flies through the sun and out the other side. Is mind-blowing. The Avengers, Stargate, Thor. I'm so Thor after my workout. Similar sighting in the past. Hello? Connected to the sun by a kind of dark filament. Well, didn't really look like that. It was like, wow. Is this it? Oh. What the heck are we looking at? So it's gotta be these guys. Oh no! See, the sun has such a freaking pull. Like, you'd think all of those would be going in and not exiting, or going by and not being able to go by because it just gets sucked in. I don't know. NASA scientists were forced to publicly explain the strange event, saying it was a bulge. It's just a bulge. A very common type of solar activity, I'm sure. Wow. Right, I'm done with that one. This one is the one that trips me out. I caught something very, very strange on camera while filming the sun. Ship flies out or through the sun. Like, it flies in and then out. And the size of this is like, I want to say maybe 20 times bigger than Earth or something like that. It's huge. You can see like the plasma fly off as it flies out. It's pretty interesting. Liquid hot magma. No, it's like plasma. Let's zoom in. Alright, here we go. And now in slow motion. You see it fly in and then out. Oh, there it goes. That little white dot is going in. Swing. It's entering the sun. And then it's going to come out. Like, how does it survive? What is it made of? Unobtainium, I'm guessing. It's going to be over here somewhere. Like right about here, I think. Come on out, little guy. Oh, there it is. Could this be possible? Yeah. So trippy. And I wonder if, like, when it did that, it got supercharged or what? Instead of, like, sitting there on the outskirts of the sun and waiting to be charged, just flying through it, like, supercharges? Hard to say. I don't have my own spaceship. Okay, so first of all, I have to mention, this window is very dirty, but you'll see something fly by really fast. But I really wish this window wasn't so dirty, because it's really bugging me. Did you see it? It was a lens. It's another airplane. Slow motion, but yeah, you can see it go fling. I try to pause it, but it's so fast. Hope I catch it, because if not, I'm going to be very irritated with myself. Okay, there's the aeroplane. Fucker. Okay, it was right there. Okay. see it? What the hell is that? Is that one of those squid billies? Oh, there's one up here too. Oh, looks like two. What? Nope, that was just that one. The other one was an airplane. Did you see it? Looked like it had a big head and like little squid legs behind it. Yep.
In March 2012, astronomers reported an unusual sighting of a UFO larger than Jupiter.
And they're still saying, no, this was just an expulsion of plasma from the sun, but something is obviously here. Like, this could be the body here. This could be, like, the thing sucking it up into its power port. I don't know, it's hard to say, but there's obviously something here sucking up energy from the sun.
Jupiter hovering near the sun for 24 hours straight, absorbing plasma. Despite initial skepticism, images from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory confirmed the event.
So weird.
Scientists were baffled by the object's massive size and ability to withstand the intense heat and radiation of the sun. Some speculated that it could be an alien spacecraft or a natural phenomenon yet to be
Like the way it, like, takes off and then you could see it, like, flitter back into the sun.
What do you think?
So weird.
Leave a comment. In March 20...
Ooh-wee.
Alexa, can you tell me what was sighted over Washington, D.C. on October 13, 2024?
First of all, I have to say AI scares me. Continually on this frickin' phone, a certain AI pops up all the time, like in my business. And it's generally when I'm watching or talking about something that is conspiratorial or whatnot. And at first I just like be quiet and wait till she left, but now I yell at her, like, get off my phone. I didn't ask for you, but yeah. This AI stuff, I don't have one. I don't want one. I won't ever have one, but it's interesting to see what other people get from it. I ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. I don't even talk to my phone. So far as searching for things, I will type it.
According to the Washington Post, the UFOs hovered only 1,700 feet above the White House lawn.
There you have it, folks. It only hovered 1,700 feet over the White House lawn. So we should be
Is that all?
Yeah. If you have any other news, let me know, because I want to know. Thank you. Alexa, can you tell me what was sighted over Washington, D.C. on October 13, 2024?
From Gaia.com. According to the Washington Post, the UFOs hovered only 1,700 feet above the White House lawn.
There you have it, folks. It only hovered 1,700 feet over
It's
the
okay.
White House lawn.
Only
So we should be
1,700 feet.
okay. If you have any other news, let me know, because I...
No, so
Hey,
Trippy. So with this one, I'm confused. Because people are saying, oh, it was a display for a game. I keep seeing this footage. And where's the footage from the game where this was a display? Can you tell me? Can you show me the footage of the display from this game? Somebody had to film it, because somebody's always filming something.
Alex.
Hey, it's Camham. This is a quick one. Yeah, there's UAPs being seen everywhere. Trust me, I am getting DMs from people around the world, and what I am seeing is a lot of things that look the same. These almost as though there's a white laser pointer being moved around the clouds. People have sent you these from the UK, from Canada, from the United States, but you can see the light sort of coming from behind the clouds.
Yeah.
Here's the thing you need to know. We are days away from one of the most significant dates in UAP UFO history. The archives.gov has made it law that by
tomorrow. Uh-oh.
October 20th. Yes, days away, October 20th, 2024. All federal agencies have to review and disclose to the public everything they have. They got to spill the beans on the whole UFO, UAP thing. And let's not forget, recently, the police in the United States were given UAP handbooks on how to deal with literally everything. There is everything in this handbook. Everything you thought was just a conspiracy is in this handbook. I'm going to put the link here so you can go and download it for yourself. Prepare for things to get crazy. I think we're going to see so much stuff, but here's what you've got to know. The technology does exist to make us see that stuff. Yeah. So we have to be really careful. And whatever we see, let's say it's things of a spiritual nature, things that might trigger you.
She
and your
reaches
beliefs,
out and tries to grab you.
Take a beat. We have to take a beat.
Yeah, try again, bitch.
And think, are we seeing something that isn't actually what we think it is? Okay? I'll see you in the comments. Take care.
Come and defy me if you dare.
So notice they have like fog machines going on. I'm wondering if they need cloud cover or fog machines in order to do this. I don't know, because I've seen Project Bluebeam shown in schools, not personally, but in video, where it looks like a whale actually jumping out of the water and splashing into the water. It looks like water's going to get on these kids, and it never does.
Hey, it's Cam.
These are not planes. These are not lanterns. These are UFOs. Watch this and try to prove me wrong. Seriously, this is some like really good footage and it looks totally legit. Original creator tag below. Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right, it's October the 7th, 2024, and this is what we seeing over Kokomo, Indiana. What is that? Crazy lights.
There it is, y'all.
Straight down to Kokomo.
It just disappeared again.
Look, there's another one. Like so right fast.
There's another one.
I've seen this several times.
Shit, y'all.
During the day and night.
There's another one.
Yep.
Oh, hell.
They generally don't travel alone.
There's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We saw like 5 so far.
Blink. Oh, back. Blink. Back.
What are those?
I think they're UFOs, and I wish I didn't see them.
All right, y'all, we are rolling. We're about to try to go and see if these things are really by the moon. Right now, we are live. 8 seconds into this crazy, I don't know what it is.
Now we're going with Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't be going to see. Hey, can you zoom in? When you see them, it's recorded. It's going to be to the left. Don't zoom too much. Just wait until we just do it forward right now, though. So they can see that we are actually really going towards this. Okay. I see y'all. It's not yellow, that is red, dude. Hey, oh, what's orange?
He was running that stop sign. You're breaking the law, bro.
Alright, there's one right there. I can't see no more. Look, right here, right here. Give it to me, give it to me.
What y'all doing, UFO hunting?
Like, what is that over there to the left?
The moon.
No, look through the tree. But it's a red ball.
I can't see.
I know. Right there they go. Oh, shit. Look, right there, y'all. They in the fucking sky.
Blink, blink.
Yo.
I'm gonna blink back in, probably.
What
maybe not. You never know.
To answer my own question, I think those are UFOs, and I really don't feel comfortable going to sleep tonight. They might come and get me.
No, they won't.
And that one over there is still there.
He'll be all right. And even if they don't, you won't remember.
Hey, y'all, watch this. This is the first right here. Pew, pew. Now watch it in slow motion. See that red dot? Just focus on it.
Ew, wow.
It's right there.
Yep.
Disappears.
Bring back it.
Bam. Then here goes the second one right here. Phew. Come on, man. What's going on in Kokomo?
What's going on, man? Just gonna make sure I analyze that one.
Hi guys, hope you're all doing well.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna pause on this one because it's quite long, and we'll get back to it when we come back. But yeah, this is gonna be a bit trippy, I believe, when we get into it. When we really, really get into it. But on that note, boys and girls, we are going to go to our second music break, which is with Mr. Jeff Hilliard from Los Angeles, California, with Abandoned, which is like a 80s ballad. I don't know. It's super cool. I love it. It's called Abandoned. And then we have Miss Mia Savage with her group Antidote for Savages with The Bottom Line, Your Skeleton, and The Mirror in Crypto. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Left here alone, just a shadow of my erection on the wall. Why won't you answer my calls? I gave you my all with the love we made together all night long. I just don't know what went wrong. I
Hello and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. So tonight we've been covering all kinds of things. Nephilims, giants, UFOs. I think we're going to continue on with that. Mark Zuckerberg, we all really like that guy. But yeah, there's a certain video, I guess where they're picking up on something. I'm not quite sure what this is all about. Because I saw it, I couldn't hear it because I didn't have my sound hooked up yet. But let's see what the crack they have to say, shall we?
Also, I've got some updates for you today. This was sent over to me from UFOs around the world. Well, it appears that Professor Simon Holland, which apparently he's not, according to some people within the UAP community, has an alien technological signature being found, is the title of this video. Simon Holland, the science filmmaker, tells the story behind the announcement. In 2022, Breakthrough Listen published a report saying the signal was so weak it might be human radio interference. He interviewed Dr. Andrew Simeon, principal investigator at Breakthrough Listen this year. He told me, we are still listening and studying BLC-1. What is BLC-1? Apparently it's a planet that's orbiting a nearby star. But data now shows the signal is Doppler shifted during observation by the Movable Dish Radio Telescope, Parkes, Australia. This probably means the source is rotating such as a planet, helping to eliminate the possibility it is just human radio interference. The date of confirmation will probably not be in a few weeks, as said in the newspapers. Confirmation will come after the signal can be further analysed. And this was by Professor Simon Holland, the science filmmaker. So this is really interesting. Breakthrough Listen is obviously, that's Mark Zuckerberg's project, isn't it? So apparently there are rumblings that he is in a race with China to verify the validity of this signal, to see if it in fact has signature of technological life, which based on this video, he goes into a bit more detail about. I would ask you to go to Professor Simon Holland on YouTube and watch his video posted on the 12th of October, which is approximately 11 minutes long. It's not very long, it's very short and sweet. But he goes into a lot more detail about where you can refer to the scientific data supporting what he's saying, and also who he's referring to. And these are well-known names within the industry surrounding sort of radio waves and various other things of picking up signals like this. So that's the first bit of information that I'd like you guys to go and have a look at, just to verify it, and also get as many people looking at this as possible.
This is Daniel Notley.
We're trying to discuss this openly so that we can get to the bottom of this. Something that's a little bit more pressing. I recently watched the documentary from Jesse Michaels, which he always does an incredible job when he does these things, with Lou Elizondo. And the thing I pulled away from all of this is that there are some things that Lou knows that I don't think he's shining light on because of his security clearance. He said that time is not of the essence. Time is a luxury we do not have right now. So I'm trying to understand what he's referring to when he's talking about this. Obviously, Matt Ford did ask him about something that's on its way here. And Lou's response was...
So this is later on that I have this posted, but I don't know if you guys have heard, but I'll save it just in case it's right here, but something's heading towards us.
Was quite simply, I'm aware of it, I know about it, but I can't talk about it. That was his response. So
why?
Look,
are you government?
I don't care how that's put. That makes me uncomfortable, and I think it should make everybody uncomfortable. But not to shove it under the rug. We need to openly discuss this to see and verify what this could be. Because what I don't want to do is something shows up and we're all unprepared. I would rather be prepared for something that's coming, so we can do our best to mitigate risk now, as opposed to the administration saying, "Oh, we'll just leave it for the next guys to deal with."
So the only thing I'm thinking is, just as the government has lied to us for all these years, since the early 1900s, they're continuing to lie to us. And, what is the name of that telescope? Can't think of it right now, but it shows that something's coming towards us. And they're like, we can't talk about it right now, but something's in the works. Like, just tell us. Yes, I know there's a lot of sheeple out there that are running around like little turkeys with their heads cut off. But most of us can handle this shit. Like, let us know so we can prepare. Or, like, kind of have some sort of idea what's going on. Oh, no.
And just try to ignore it. I don't think that's the right way of doing this. I think we have to learn to be, unfortunately, uncomfortable with uncomfortable news. Now,
yeah,
it might not be something bad. I think a lot of people will immediately assume that it is. But because it's the unknown, there's always that fear factor, isn't there? But I think it's really important that this is openly discussed and that we need to be prepared for whatever it could be. So I'm going to do a lot more digging over the next few weeks to try and work out what this might be and speak to my own people about this and see if there's any discussions going on in certain areas about this.
People.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. I mean, if there's anything that you guys have heard, please let me know. Sensible responses on this, please. Not nonsense about, the second coming of Christ. I don't want to hear about that. I'm sorry, but that's just not what I'm doing here. I'm trying to just provide you with data information so that we can, deduce what this is by applying...
Okay, so that being nonsense about the second coming of Christ. Okay, I get it. But at the same time, people are saying that aliens are actually Nephilim, but why the heck are they way out there in space? Like, it's gotta be something else. So yeah, I guess that could be garbage or whatever, but be open-minded. Don't be like, don't give me this garbage about blah, blah, blah. No, be open-minded to everything everyone has to say. And then, decide what you're gonna do after that. Don't put people down like that. I'm not thinking it's the second coming or anything, but could be pretty bad for us. Maybe they finally got our signal where we sent out our music CD or sent out these different signals. Maybe they finally got Tesla's signal. Who knows? Come on, Mark Knightley, Mr. Daniel Knightley.
And research to get to the bottom of all this. So yeah, that's what my focus is going to be on. And if I find anything, I will report back to you. But in the meantime, if there's anything you guys have heard rumblings on this particular issue, please let me know. And we'll go from there. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel Knightley. That was Daniel Knightley. If you guys, don't know. Here we go.
Afghanistan and India.
Okay, so just so you know, it shows things coming up, and people are saying, oh, look at these UFOs. This UFO fleet over Russia coming up. But if you pay attention to the line of the Earth right there, there's a line, and the sun's coming up. And just the little smallest pinprick of light starts to warm things, so perhaps this is defrostation or whatever, humidity that has gathered and frozen, whatever, on the spacecraft or windshield or whatever, melting and flowing up from whatever. I don't know if there's like space winds or what. Maybe they're not in space. Maybe this is, like they're saying, like the outer realms before the Van Allen belt. Who knows? But it's pretty interesting. But when I see the way it goes, it's just like when you're driving and you get into fog or a mist or whatever, and you see this running over your windshield. Is this actually a UFO fleet over Russia, or is this something else?
Discovery also moving into sunrise.
See, he just said sunrise. So see how it was like that? You see the light, and now you see more. Could be condensation. But it's so beautiful, isn't it? Could you imagine? I mean, look at all those souls. Ooh, I don't know.
Again above Russia.
Wow.
Afghanistan and India.
See, it starts from this side and goes up. What do you guys think? And it's like, it's different depths, so I'm not sure. Leave me a comment below what you think, because I don't know. I'm intrigued. Really, I'm blown away.
Well, here's a few details about this video. Now, this was taken in Virginia, specifically right next to Langley Air Force Base. Now, why is that important? Because apparently, recently, there have been swarms of drones or UFOs flying around and over this Air Force Base, protected airspace, right? And that we don't know how to stop it, and we don't know what it is. And this is a perfect example, this video that was just taken, okay, this week, of this phenomenon, right? So in this video, I'm going to play part of that UFO video and then kind of, dive into the story, right? So first, let me play the video so you can just get that, because maybe that's all you're here for, right? Let's play the UFO video and then we'll dig in further.
What?
They started off down there. They've just been chilling there. There's like a blue light, there's a white light, there are red lights, green lights. A string of Christmas tree lights. But it's at an angle. It's wild. Over a plum tree.
Ooh, let me turn on the light here.
The bay's
so I can
over
see
there.
better.
We're out here fishing. Sunday, October 10th, 13th.
Everywhere!
9 p.m.
Now, that is an interesting video, right? Different colored lights. Kind of looks like Christmas tree lights of some sort, right? And again, just taken this recently, right? And specifically this video.
And this is by non.human.agenda. If you want to check out his channel or subscribe, feel free to.
It's taken right here, right? And you can
And I've heard a lot about Langley Air Force Base lately, so.
Also see on the map how close this is to Langley, Virginia. Now, the gentleman's name who uploaded this is Matt Whalen, and I'll put a link in the description so you can go watch the full UFO video on his YouTube channel. Now, I did see this post originally on Reddit. That's how I got to it. So I'll put a link to that too if you want to go check out that post and maybe get some more details. In some cases, motherships have been reported, according to Mellon, who also managed security and information operations for part of his time at the Pentagon. These
Which I say, I've only seen 2, and some people are like, really? That's a lot. One I saw, and you could see the light spinning on it, and it goes this way, light spinning on it. So it was like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then it went rip, like that. How the hell does it do it? Maybe bending time and space? I don't know. But me and 3 other members of my security team saw the same damn thing. It was crazy. And then the second one I saw was like this. And it came up from over the horizon behind Miss Mia Savage's house and was just flying towards us. And I'm like, so we were out there looking for ghosties. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And she's like, what? She's like, what the is that? And she turns around. She's like, oh my God, I don't know what that is. I'm like, I think it's a mothership because you could see the lights and it's fluorescent. It's like purple, blue, white, whatever, purple, blue, green, white, turquoise, other colors. It's just like on this little thing, getting closer and closer and closer. I could catch it on pictures, couldn't catch it on video, but we were like, take us with you. It didn't.
Other ships,
disappeared.
Clarified, were extremely fast, larger vehicles that have been observed collecting or releasing swarm of smaller craft.
Motherships.
What? They're talking about Christopher Mellon right here, right? Who definitely might know what he's talking about. And then, as an example, they said this. One such mothership case was investigated by Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, Special Agent Michael Bumberger, over Nebraska, government records show. Local sheriffs reported seeing 30 to 50 unusual craft flying independently of one another, with the larger, quote, mothership hovering nearby for hours. I don't know about you, but this is fascinating, right? Talking about now there's these motherships, right, that are releasing these smaller, quote-unquote, drones or UFOs, or we don't know what they are, right?
And I also have pictures of a seating, like, it was cloudy and stuff, so you couldn't see the mothership, but you could see the, well, not with your eye, but with my camera, ching, 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 like depositing UFOs or something.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing.
That is fascinating. A mothership. Could this be a non-human intelligence mothership? An alien mothership? That's insane, right?
Yeah.
And fascinating. And another thing that's fascinating in this article, if you remember from that UFO video, you could see these different colored lights, like the gentleman explained.
It's like
so
blue.
Pretty.
There's like a blue light. There's a white light. There are red lights, green lights.
Well, check out this official government document, right? Received because of a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act. Look what one military witness had to say about some drones or UFOs over Langley. A military witness testifies to the drones displaying flashing red, green, and white lights. This testimony was released via the U.S. Freedom of Information Act, along with 50 pages of Air Force records on the December wave of drone swarms over Langley. Yeah, so that happened. I have to admit, that is super strange, right? Why are we seeing all of these, right? And the military is admitting to it. Not having control of our coastal airspace and our coastlines, that's not good, especially next to our most sensitive parts of America, right? Washington, D.C. is right there. Virginia, Norfolk, Langley, like these are not just any installation. So this is quite concerning, if I'm being honest, right? So I don't know. I'm baffled, to be honest with you. So there's way more reports. There's way more sightings. It's not like it's just one isolated incident, right? And if you're on Reddit, you start to see, people posting. I mean, it's hard to tell if they're telling the truth, right? But just tons of people posting that they've seen similar things either near that area or where they live, right? Which could help explain it's not just something there, right? It's something happening everywhere, right? Which is what people think, right? It's phenomenal.
Everywhere.
It's not just these drones, right? No. Chinese or Russian drones. It's something more, potentially, right? Which would make sense, because otherwise...
This is otherworldly, right?
What, our adversaries just have drones everywhere? That also seems unlikely. So I don't know. But look, let's go out playing that UFO video one last time.
Go on, dude. See? Exactly what the crap I saw, but it looked like a line because you can see the lights going like this.
They've just been chilling.
They were
there.
like going around.
There's like a blue light, there's a white light, there are red lights, green lights. A string of Christmas tree lights.
Fluorescent.
But it's at an angle.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
So wild.
Freaking wild.
Over a plum tree.
Yeah, I'm like a plum right now. That's plum crazy. Go away, fruit fly. So, my bestie came out from Kansas because, she decided to move from Colorado to Kansas. And she was going to go to Arkansas to this crystal mine. She decided instead of going there, she was going to come back to Colorado and we'd go four-wheeling again. I had to miss one day because my daughter gave me a guilt trip about not being there for her awards assembly. So I made the awards assembly, left a bit later. Didn't get to four-wheel drive that day, went four-wheeling the next day. Anywho's, on one of her videos, I swear to God, I saw a UFO and it was just like this. And I'm like, is freaking UFO in your video? Still haven't heard anything because, I don't think she believes in that stuff, but check this shit out. It's crazy. It's beautiful. Just wait. So I'm wondering if the other one is like, so this is 3:39. Man, I want to say the North Star, but that's too early for that. But anywho's, that's the UFO. What is the other one, is what I'm wondering. telling you. All three of those mofos is UFOs. Seriously. That one's got some, technical issues. That's why it's leaving like a little dust or whatever. Why is it all quiet all of a sudden? Hello? Okay, just checking my stuff. Screen recording. Okay, I'm just wondering, I thought it was me, but it's them. Must just be me. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not gonna watch that on repeat forever. Good job, guys. Good sighting. But yeah, I have to find the one that my bestie shared and share that with you guys because that was quite trippy. Okay, so I have to let you guys know right now. So this was a drone. I almost said droid. But a drone thing for the 4th of July or something like that. It's like ching, 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 and then it shows it going like this. And then you see another one in California, but it's not the same. It's like something coming from the air to the sea. So pay very extra close attention. Please leave me a comment below what you think it is. Do you think both of these videos are drones? Or just this first one from Honolulu? This one to me obviously is a drone thing. The second one, I don't think so. It's like a mothership or something going into the ocean. Let's go. Giddy up. Oh my god. Obviously drones, dude.
Bro, what the
This is totally different, right? So one's flying up, one's flying down, and about to go into the ocean.
What? Why isn't my phone focusing?
Sorry, I think someone's playing games. Major lag.
Do you believe?
Palmdale, California. I do believe, because I've seen too much.
I don't know what
What?
It's a weird formation. I know.
Hold on, I gotta check really quick. What? Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Look at the formation.
Generally, triangle. Could be obtuse, could be oblong.
And there's another one over there. You see it?
That's a cute triangle. What a cute triangle.
We have 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then we have 2 that split apart. One there.
6, 7.
And one there. But I'm keeping my... This is amazing, Dean.
It is, isn't it?
I've never seen anything orange like that in my life. Orange?
And I love the fact that it's not just this guy, but his kids seeing it too. So the first time I captured UFOs on my camera, I didn't even see them with my naked eye. I'm like, look at the moon, and it's putting off this electric blue glow. What is that? Then I went back as a photographer looking at my photos, and I see freaking UFOs all over the place. Oh my gosh, it was insane. And then the other time I was breastfeeding my kids, saw that guy going down the fence line, and then the very next time out in the yard just doing some gardening. Then my daughter Lily's like, it's a UFO. It was not just one. She's like, hey, there's two. I'm like, what? There was two freaking UFOs, like little Tic Tac guys. Well, they weren't really little. They just look little from our vantage point, but it's intense, man.
And jets don't fly, and they have colors on each wing.
No.
Green and blue.
That's just pure orange.
No, green and red.
That I'm talking about.
That's pure orange, yeah. That's pure orange.
Let's continue watching.
I will, but Jesus Christ, what is that? I am.
I am what I am.
I don't know what that is.
Look at the formation they're flying in.
It's a weird formation, I know. And there's
those are UFOs or UAPs, whatever the crack you want to call it.
We have 4.
It's amazing. I love the background music.
And then we have 2 that split apart.
Totally
one
captures
there,
the mood.
And one there. But I'm keeping my... This is amazing, Dean. I've never seen anything orange like that in my life.
And that's what ours was. Like, I was pregnant with my son, driving back from the motorcycle rally, and my 2 girls in the back seat, because I do not put my kids in the front seat. It's unsafe. They're in the back seat, and they're like, no, there's a light following us. There's a light following us. I'm like, I can't look right now. I'm driving. Once I got to the end of Rainbow Road, I stopped at the stop sign, got out, and Nova's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to get out and see what you're talking about. And I got out, and it was right up there. I'm like, wow, what the crap? It looked orange. Very next time I saw it, which was, okay, so I was pregnant with Floyd at that time. I believe he was about a month old or something. Same thing. From a distance, looks orange. Once it gets closer, it looks like liquid hot magma. No, it's like red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. And like a spear. Could be like a snow globe or something. Some sort of force field. Red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. I almost went out, opened the door, stepped out. Then I realized, I don't know what this thing is going to do to me. I could walk out there and could be like, shit, and kill me immediately. Then what are my kids going to do? My husband ain't going to be a good thing. As far as, raising kids and stuff. Like, he's a good dad, but all the other shit that you have to do, yeah, not a good thing. But yeah, then years later, like, seeing that, we've had so much paranormal shit, but anyways, let's continue.
No, and jets don't fly, and they have colors on each wing, green and blue.
That's not a military thing.
Green and red.
That I'm talking about.
That's pure orange, yeah. That's pure orange.
Let's continue watching.
I will, but Jesus Christ, what is that? I am. I don't know.
That was awesome. So I'm thinking this could be a rocket. This is by Ace 4J. And it's in Israel, and the way that it like goes through the clouds, and it's like shh, shh, shh on the clouds, and then it goes down again. Pretty sure. Sorry, I'm pretty sure that this is a rocket and not a UFO. Let's start over again, right? See? I don't think that's a UFO. I think it's a rocket of mass destruction. As they've been doing back and forth between Gaza and Israel, it's very sad. Really sad indeed. I do wish it was just a UFO, but I don't think so. It's very sad. Okay. So this is a more recent one, and I've seen there's a guy that's Las Vegas UFO, and he shows all kinds of ones, like where there's UFOs going over houses and you see a light go into the UFO, like they're abducting people. This one is from somebody else, and it's pretty intriguing. This was on Tuesday of last week.
This is in the sky. It's not airplanes, y'all.
No. That's something else.
Over there. What in the actual fuck?
See, it looks like a lot of little bitty ones, but I think it might be a big one.
Yeah. Oh, I had to get this on video. The hell is that? Freddie?
What's that?
I think they're finally here, babe. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Well, that was nice.
The most beautiful UFO sighting in Tampa, Florida, 2024.
Wow. Okay, so doesn't this look just like the one... Okay, so the guy was filming the sun, and there was that blue one right next to the sun. But there's the other one that was, like, moving around, blah, blah, blah. This one just stayed. Stasis. Around the sun. This looks exactly like that one. The other one that was moving around, that one, I think, was a flare. The one that was just sitting there by the sun, that guy. That guy right there. Yeah. Oh, it's a triangle. What? Wow. Now there's an orb. What? What the f... So there was tic-tac and a triangle. It's beautiful. Wow. And that's the first time I've seen a triangle. And generally, like, they're over Washington, D.C. Why? Is this certain UFO, like, intelligent, like, more intelligent than others as far as gathering data, etc., etc.? It's like processing data. I need to be above Washington, D.C. Blip, blip. I don't freaking know.
Real weird. Disappear, come back. Disappear, just move. Disappear.
Yeah, they blink out, come back. Blink out, come back.
Real weird. Disappear, come back. Disappear, just move. Disappear. Huh.
Yeah, weird.
So I'm about 20 minutes out of Washington, D.C. right now, okay? And last night around 4 a.m., the weirdest fucking thing ever possibly happened to me. I've seen UFO crashes, okay? But I was so fucking confused at what I saw. I saw an aircraft.
So I'm wondering if that's a side view of what everybody else was seeing. Like, it looks like a craft with... I would have thought it's a Boeing plane. It's a Boeing plane. All the engines are firing up. It's like the whole time. And then other people are like, no, that was just a show for the game. Where is the video of the show for the game? Are those people speaking up saying, oh, that's just bullshit. That's just a show of what happened during the game. This was like halftime. Where's the fucking halftime show? Okay, seriously? This is the only video I've seen.
That looked like it was just blazing to the ground. And I've never really seen an aircraft this fucking big. You feel me?
Seriously.
When I tell you that this motherfucker was huge, and then not even 12 minutes after it just so happened to crash, I guess? I don't know. I heard a loud explosion. All I heard was a fuck ton of police cars in the distance. And I mean a fuck ton of police cars, okay? So I just so happened to go on TikTok because I'm like, I wonder if anybody else is talking about this right now. So I actually tagged him in the comments below. I want you to go check out his video. But that streak in the sky looked exactly like what he's showing in the video. It's fucking weird, man. And there is a couple of people that are talking about the same thing happening in a couple different states.
That looks like, okay, so if I'm being honest, that looks like what happened in Vegas. Remember that cop had somebody pulled over and all of a sudden it's like, and it landed in somebody's backyard, and then all of a sudden they disappeared after saying what they said, and then came back and was like, finally, eventually, they said, yes, this did really happen, but the government took over, took cameras and stuff like that, like they had something to do with it, or maybe there'd be more activity. I think that was an accident, an alien accident, but who knows?
I'm not sure whether or not to believe them, but there was a huge-ass fucking comet that was due to come across the night sky that hasn't been across the night sky in over 80,000 years, apparently.
Yes!
This weekend.
See, that's what I was saying, too. Like, is that 80,000-year-old comet? Like, how the fuck do they even know it was 80,000 years ago? Are you guys telling me you had a certain technology where you can tell that was 80,000 years ago? How exactly do you know that happened 80,000 years ago?
And so I find that kind of coincidental. Regardless, if there's anybody that just so happened to see anything in the DC area, please do comment below, okay?
It's intense, man. It's intense.
All right, look. See, look. Y'all thought I was playing. I know.
Remember the Miami UFO thing? Hey, if we got enough time, you're gonna see more. Here we go.
Lights. Look at them. Not them little ones because my little mirror thing scratched up. I know you see them right there, floating.
They always do the triangle for a minute, and then they're like, what?
Bruh, this every day out here, or every night. But still, look at that. Bruh, this really in Miami. I'm not playing. Look, the airport is right over here.
I lived in Miami for a bit.
That's the airport. You know what I mean? It always got little lights and stuff in the seashells. But over here, this ain't the airport. Look at that.
No,
and them clouds not even moving. How the whole cloud not gonna move? It's just sitting there at nighttime.
It's sitting there.
It's crazy. Look, ain't no other clouds in the sky.
Where the fuck are the UFOs? Come on, man.
I talked to the pilots, and they are absolutely convinced that they saw something. They locked their radar onto it. They followed it, and then all of a sudden it would move. And it had no exhaust, it had no plume, it had no visible wings or any kind of engines. So we don't know what it is, but it's something, because as you mentioned, over 140 sightings, and maybe a couple of dozen that are really very specific sightings by very credible sources. And so what is it? We don't know. I talked to the pilots, and they are absolutely convinced.
Right, I'm going to do a little pause for the cause for, I'm going to say my Spricker peeps. Man, we got one more we can do, but I don't think it'll be done in time enough. But hey, let's try it out. I don't want to let you guys down, but here we go. Right, ready, guys? See, this is the one I'm talking about. So people are saying this was just a show for a game. Where is the video evidence, the picture evidence? This was a display for a game. Where is it? Why is this the only video I've ever fucking seen? Excuse my language. Pardonnez-moi as far as my French, but
come outside, what? There's sirens blaring, and I see this huge trail in the sky.
Dude, seriously.
Yes, but Catholic no police. Man.
And this guy, I tell you what, he's just walking through, and the police don't know what to think because they're all staged. They're sitting there talking back and forth. This guy's walking through. We don't know if this is just some guy from somewhere or if this is a hierarchy, like, you know, a captain or a lieutenant or a major or something in civilized clothing, because he's walking around like he owns the place. Check it out. if you're ever in a situation like this, walk around like you fucking own the place. You're the major, you're the captain, you're something. Multiple reports of strange crash in DC, October 13th, 2024. I'm telling you.
This huge trail, like something crash landed.
Where's the crash site?
What the heck is that? What is this?
Expecting something. Preparing for something. Look over here. Let's walk over here. Come on. Let's walk over here.
I'm going to pause really quick, guys, for my Spreaker peeps. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. We are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. It was so awesome to have you. Thank you for hanging out with me. We are Paradox Media's Trippy TikToks. Like, seriously, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm so grateful you were here. Thank you to everyone. We are Paradox Media's Facebook, KPNL Radio, Twitter, Spreaker, Parrot Radio, wherever else you may be listening. Beyond The Omniverse tonight. I had a wonderful time. Can't wait to do it again tomorrow night when we're doing story time with me, TessaTNT. We're going to be covering Mostly Harmless by Mr. Douglas Adams. It's going to be amazeballs. I hope you will partake and enjoy it. But on the flip side, you guys, don't forget, we're on this together. Together, we can make the world a bit better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there's no us. Seriously. Until next time, night, love and light. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please don't work too hard, and don't take life too seriously. Enjoy every moment that you can. Until next time, I will see you back here, same time, same crazy place. Take care of my ears.